Damn it, it's just for Texa again. Urgh. Well, the fruit Texas sample should be easy. Cactoid is going to be a bitch.
Yep. Just clicking on it. But for some reason my PC's decided to have a little epi fit. You're sitting down. How do you break something while you're sitting down? Oh, right. Okay, so how do I watch the live thing? Okay. So you're on, oh, you're flying in a shuttle outside or something? Uh,
Are you streaming on Twitch? Ah. I found another cactoida, but I've already started on fruit Texa. Son of a bitch.
you can hear you can hear the feedback in your stream. Oh my god. Oh, from the TV series, not the movie.
You'll never look at Sulu the same way again. That man's incredible.
Captain's log, supplemental. We're investigating a number of anomalies in the region. We expect the data we gather to help further our understanding of the nature of the trench.
Updating our star charts.
Oh my god. Seriously? How do you know which button is which? Oh. My god, how do you remember that?
Align with warp vector.
Better run another diagnostic on the computer core, just to be safe.
Or you have to physically turn the ship in order to jump to hyperspace? Oh, not hyperspace, but warp.
Not just warp, but warp factor 1. They always said warp factor in the original, the first episodes.
Aye, understood. We're aligned for warp.
Diverting power.
Warp course laid in. Aligning warp vector. Course
Ready for
velocity.
warp.
On your mark.
You see it.
Welcome to the Starfleet Training Simulator.
Oh,
Our
what ship
system
is
is
that?
currently configured to train command crew of Aegis-class starships.
Oh, right, it's a
Here you
training
may
ship.
learn about the roles and responsibilities of each officer on the bridge, and how to operate all of the controls of their command stations. Feel free to experiment and get comfortable with the ship here in the simulator before moving on to the real thing.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, anyone.
As captain, you are in overall command of the crew. It is your
Can
responsibility
you hear me crunching
to
Doritos?
communicate with
Nom,
and to
nom, nom.
coordinate the actions of the other officers on the bridge.
Make me want a
You'll
snack.
receive important updates on mission status, and also have direct control of the main view screen. The captain's objectives feed contains vital information about your ship's mission. Updates from support crew and Starfleet Command are reflected here, so that you will always know what your crew needs to accomplish. Open the objectives feed now.
Have I done it? I think
Some
I've done it.
objectives also have more detailed information. Sometimes you, as captain, must choose between different ways to complete an objective and direct your crew accordingly. In all cases, your crew depends on you to keep them informed of
Yay!
their goals. Select the objective for more information.
2 out of 5
Sometimes you will
down.
receive additional information to help with your mission. Keep an eye out for your intel feed, located
2 out of 7
near your
down, 5 to
objective
go.
readout for tips and hints. As helmsman, you are the ship's navigator, responsible for maneuvering the ship and navigating within and between star systems. Your crew depends on you to get the ship wherever needed, to avoid collisions with hazards in space, and to maneuver for tactical advantage in combat situations. Your local map can be used to mark ships and objects as waypoints, to check your proximity to hazards, and gauge when you are close to being detected by hostiles. Touch any target on the map to select it. Your basic maneuvering controls allow you to give the ship forward or reverse thrust, to steer the ship to port or starboard, and to move the ship up or down on its vertical axis. The amount of thrust you can give depends on the amount of power your chief engineer allocates to engines. The more power your engines have, the more responsive the ship will be. Maneuvering controls are only available when your local map view is active. The throttle controls your speed and also allows you to reverse or make a full stop.
Yeah, it's a lot simpler than the original Enterprise.
Your ship's impulse drive allows you to travel quickly between planets and other points of interest within a star system. To travel via impulse, you will first need to plot a course by choosing a destination on the impulse map. Once the course is plotted, you will then need to align your ship with the appropriate heading and engage the impulse drive. Be aware, the impulse drive cannot be engaged unless the chief engineer has allocated sufficient power. Switch to your impulse map. Select any point of interest in the star system to plot a course to that destination. Now return to the local view and steer the ship to line up with your plotted course. Grab and push your throttle to engage the impulse drive. The ship's computer will automatically follow the course you plotted.
It's complicated.
The ship's warp drive can distort space around the ship to propel it faster than light across the vast distances between star systems. The tremendous amount of energy needed for warp travel will require you to coordinate closely with the chief engineer. To travel by warp, it is your responsibility to plot a course by selecting a star system on your warp map. When the course is plotted, you will need to align the ship with the proper heading. Before you can enter warp, your chief engineer will have to prepare the ship and charge the warp coils. Open your warp map now. Select a star system to plot a course to it. Now return to the local view and steer the ship to line up with your plotted course.
Warp coils charging.
push your throttle to engage the warp drive. The warp coils can only remain charged for a limited time. The chief engineer will need to prepare the ship for warp again.
Love that sound. Okay.
Shields raised. Arming torpedoes.
Red alert.
As the tactical officer, you are in charge of the ship's weapons, defenses, and scanners. In combat situations, you must coordinate with the rest of the bridge crew to protect the ship and deal with any threats to it. But you also have a crucial role in non-combat situations. It is the tactical officer's responsibility to scan nearby ships and other objects in the environment to reveal vital information about them. In order to scan anything or to fire on it, you must first target it. To select a target, simply select the appropriate icon on your map. Once you've selected a target, a display will show all currently known information about your selection. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. You will often need to scan a target to learn more about it, or to locate people or objects of interest in another vessel. Some objects are scanned with a simple, general scanning action. This happens automatically when the object is targeted. More complex objects, like other ships, can be scanned for specific properties, such as the locations of any weak points in a ship's system. When an object has many features to scan, scanning them all at once is much slower than scanning a single specific system. Scanning is required before it's possible to transport people or cargo off of another vessel, or before being able to target weak spots of an enemy's ship systems. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. Here you can select what systems you want to scan. Scanning a single system will always be faster than scanning multiple at once. Also, the closer the ship is to the target, the faster you can scan. Scan the ship's engines now to reveal their status, and any weak points which would allow you to damage the engines directly. As tactical officer, you have control over raising and lowering the ship's shields. When raised, the shields will charge up to maximum strength over time. They are your best defense against damage to the ship. When shields are lowered or down to 0 strength, any damage to the ship may cause serious harm to onboard systems, or even loss of life to your crew.
No shit.
When shields are raised, the chief engineer can direct power to them to increase their effectiveness. Raise the shields now. There is a delay while power is channeled into the shield emitters before the shields come online. In a combat situation, remember that you need to raise shields before the enemy fires. Photon torpedoes are a devastating weapon. They can automatically track a moving target and deliver heavy damage on impact. However, before you can fire them, you must first give the order to arm them. Arm your torpedoes now. Each torpedo tube takes time to load. Your supply of torpedoes for any mission is limited, so use them wisely. Target the nearby ship and fire torpedoes at it.
So does it get really hectic in a fight then? Ooh. phasers miss. Okay.
Phasers are a versatile energy weapon. They continually charge over time, and when fully charged, your phaser banks hold enough energy to fire multiple shots at your target. Phaser banks automatically track your target, but only if it is within the indicated firing arc and within the current range of your weapons. The effective range and damage of your phasers is controlled by the amount of energy the chief
So basically,
engineer
if you fight
allocates to
someone
them.
else, it's
Target
just
the nearby
basically
ship
down to
and fire
who's got
phasers
the
at
more
it.
firepower and bigger shields.
Phasers can be used to precisely target weak spots of another vessel. To use this ability, you must first scan the desired subsystem of a target, such as its weapons or engines. Once scanned, you must then select that system. As long as a scanned system is selected, phasers will auto-target that system's weak points. To hit a subsystem,
But what's the
the
point of the
target's
game then?
shields
So
must
it's
be
just
down
completing
or
missions and
inactive.
you gain
Second,
levels, or
your ship must be correctly facing the targeted point. If the target's shields are raised, or you are attacking from the wrong angle, firing in subsystem targeting mode will do minimal damage. When dealing with other ships, targeting individual systems is a good way to disable them or neutralize a threat without outright destroying the ship. This may sometimes be necessary to accomplish your mission objectives. Target the nearby ship and scan its weapons systems.
transphasic torpedoes.
Now select the ship's weapon systems to lock on to their weak points. Your phasers are now in subsystem
card
targeting
level.
mode. Fire them for a precision attack. Until the target's shields are down, you will not be able to hit the targeted system.
So as you keep playing the game, like, do you unlock better weapons and shields and better ships? Okay. So what's the grind then?
Very good. You have damaged the targeted system. The Aegis's prototype remote intrusion system can be used to send encoded signals and disrupt critical systems of other ships. Before it can be used, the tactical officer must scan the target. Once a scanned target is selected, an intrusion into its control systems is attempted via an automated routine. If successful, you may then choose to attempt any of the available disruption routines to temporarily cripple a specific system. Activate the remote intrusion system. Target a nearby ship.
Yeah, I would have
by
thought that
tapping its
in order to make
icon
the
on
game more
map.
like interesting and you can unlock better weapons and stuff.
Select a scan target. Choose a disruption routine to inject into the target.
Are the missions
systems.
sequential or random? Okay.
Very good. But once used, the remote intrusion system will be fully occupied and unable to disrupt another target or system for some time. Your ship is equipped with standard transporters for beaming objects or personnel aboard from other vessels or locations. Transporting first requires the tactical officer to scan the target vessel or location. If any mission-critical items or personnel to transport, the target will appear on
That's
the
interesting.
transporter interface. It will take time to
Transporters and
acquire a
tactical.
lock-on before you can beam, and you must remain in range for the lock to succeed. The transporter cannot penetrate through your ship's own shields or those of another ship, so you must coordinate with tactical to make sure your shields are
Yeah.
down when you need to transport. If you are attempting to beam something from a hostile vessel, your crew will first have to disable its shields. Activate the transporter interface. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map.
So being the captain's pretty boring then.
Select the damaged ship from the list of targets.
Okay.
Lock on to the survivors aboard the ship to prepare for transport. To lock on, your ship must be in transport range and unshielded. The target's shield, if any, must also be down. You have transporter lock on the survivors. Give the order to energize. The survivors are now safely aboard the Aegis, but you can only transport 6 at a time. Anytime there are more than 6 targets to transport from a single vessel, you will need to perform multiple transport cycles. As chief engineer, you support all other members of the bridge crew by keeping the Aegis operating in top condition. You monitor vital status information about the ship's systems, allocate power needed for maneuvering and combat, and manage the ship's power grid to compensate for damage or boost its capabilities. You also manage the ship's repair teams and keep an eye on how visible the Aegis is to other ships in the area. Your system's display gives vital information about the status of the ship's various systems at all times. When your ship is suffering from negative effects, this panel provides information about the source and severity of the effect. As chief engineer, you have more detail about your ship's status than any other member of the crew. Activate your system's display now. How you allocate power determines how effective each of those systems is. As situations change, you'll need to communicate with the rest of the crew to keep them supplied with power and to anticipate when to make critical adjustments. One of your most essential responsibilities as chief engineer is to distribute available power between each of the ship's major systems. Try giving maximum power to engines now. Now try giving maximum power to shields. You will have to reduce power to other systems first. Before the ship can travel between star systems, You must make the ship ready and charge its warp coils. This draws a tremendous amount of power, and you will be unable to make any further changes to power allocation or routing while prepping for warp.
So when you do
Begin
missions
preparing for
and
warp now.
you go in solo mode, the others are AI. Do they perform well or not really?
Charge the warp coils. The helmsman will have a limited time to engage the warp drive, or the coils will automatically discharge to prevent damage to the ship.
Warp coils charged.
The unbeatable scenario.
Didn't you say there was also the alternate universe version?
Captain's log, stardate
new.
2258.161.
Didn't you say there was 3? Yeah, I thought you
My
said there
crew
was
is
a third.
assembled, and we're preparing to disembark on our expedition
With
to the
the new
trench.
crew.
Before we depart, however, Starfleet Command has asked us to complete one final exercise to confirm the Aegis's fitness for the mission ahead, and undoubtedly to
I
test
forgot the
readiness
name of
of
it.
our
I know it's
captain
an
and crew.
alternate universe in which time has changed. Ultimate timeline. That's what it is. It's a different timeline.
Captain, we have a message incoming from Deep Space K7. Opening channel.
Aegis, we have a freighter coming into dock, and we've had a little trouble lately with smugglers trafficking invasive species. On your way out, I think it'd be best for everyone if you could just verify the ship isn't carrying any wildlife.
You got it. Updating target. Scanning target.
Aye, aye. Following.
I'm seeing a bow at right here. Can you check it out?
I'll take a look.
Transferring data to your panel, Captain.
I am not detecting any unusual life forms aboard the freighter, Captain.
I'll let K7 know the ship's clean.
Aye, aye.
Initializing warp protocols. Allocating power.
Warp course is set. Lining up for warp.
Warp
We're on
coils
vector for warp.
charged.
We're ready to go. Aye, Captain.
No additional on fences.
Staying with
Locking new target. I'm picking up a distress signal, Captain.
Channel open.
USS Aegis. My vessel has lost all power and our life support systems are nearly exhausted. We have a crew of 6. I request that you take us aboard your ship as soon as possible.
Don't fall for it. It's a trap.
Initiating scan.
I will update your panel, Captain.
Life signs detected.
Following the target.
Acquiring transporter lock.
I need to send a technician to the cargo transporter for phase tuning.
Energizing.
The vessel is empty, and all crew members are accounted for.
We have a priority message incoming from Starfleet Command. Opening channel.
Captain, we've lost contact with one of our
You've
survey
lost it,
vessels,
yes.
the USS Nicholson. You're the closest ship to their last known position. We need you to locate
Kill
the vessel
Bob.
and render any aid they may need. We're sending their last coordinates to you now. Starfleet out.
Which one's Bob?
Calculating travel vector.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Allocating engine power for impulse.
Making ready for impulse. Course laid in, Captain. Aye, aye, Captain.
Captain, I'm detecting gravitic mines in the area. If we get too close, they'll be attracted to our hull, and the damage could be severe. We should keep our distance.
Aye, Captain. Raising shields.
The environment is inhibiting the effectiveness of our
Was.
sensors, Captain. We are, however, detecting
They're only
pockets of
mines.
plasma.
We don't need shields.
They may provide clues as to the Nicholson's whereabouts.
Plasma containment is within tolerances.
Aye.
Aye, Captain. Targeting. Opening fire. Yes, Captain. Changing target. Scanning.
I am updating your panel, Captain.
to face it
Locking
before
on
you
target.
fire?
Scan and
Sensors are
okay.
detecting a distress beacon, but it is not a Federation frequency. It looks like a civilian vessel needs assistance as well.
I'm picking up a signal on emergency frequencies. On screen.
Scan complete.
Aegis, according to my engineer, our
Only on
engines
this
are
ship
locked in
or
some sort
just
of malfunction
on
cycle.
all the
If
ships?
we could temporarily override them, I think we can fix the problem.
Because I remember in the Enterprise D, you know, phases they were firing it backwards, forwards, or whatever.
Roger that. Target selected.
Scanning.
Eh,
Entering anomaly.
hazard detected.
Yep. First episodes, the TOS only fired phasers forwards.
Be advised, Captain. The anomaly's effects on our ship will be significant. Transferring analysis.
Because
to
I
your
remember
panel,
the whole
Captain.
in the Galaxy class that initial ring was their phaser thingy, so that it could fire above, below, backwards, forwards, or any. But it covered the whole ship.
Yep.
Shuttlecraft safety inspections are complete.
Aye. Target selected. Aye, Captain. Locking new target.
Initiating scan.
Full scan
Arriving
complete.
at our destination. Aye. Throttle to 0.
I believe our lost ship is showing on sensors now, Captain.
We're being hailed.
Aye. Changing target.
Aegis, this is the USS Nicholson. Our vessel is severely damaged and leaking radiation. Most of my crew escaped, but a few of us are trapped in a forward compartment. I need you to transport us off the ship. And then... well, she's too dangerous. We can't just leave her floating out here.
I'm actually surprised that they didn't make the game also to respond to voice commands.
Scanning.
Exiting anomaly.
I'm sending new data to your panel, Captain.
Staying
Roger
with
that. Shields lowered.
Acquiring lock.
Energizing.
Aye, understood.
Readings indicate a minor subspace distortion effect.
You got it. Shields up.
Kelvin timeline. That's what it was. That's what it is. That was the name of the ship that got destroyed.
Targeting.
Time invaders.
At 50%. Warning.
Freaking Romulans.
At 25%. Warning. Hull integrity at 10%.
following the
Understood.
target.
Locking on target.
You die?
Scanning.
You don't know the names of your crew? You're a terrible captain.
Transferring analysis to your panel, Captain.
Now, when you say missing, are they missing from the ship or just from the bridge?
Warning.
Entering the
Environmental
anomaly.
hazard detected. Warning. Environment exceeding ship tolerance.
Ah. Will you get reports of casualties and missing crew members from the ship?
Aye, Captain. Bring her to full stop. Exiting the anomaly.
Aye. Attempting system disruption. Stand by. New target locked. I'm in.
It looks like that fixed it. We should be able to take it from here. Thanks for your help. You probably just saved all our lives.
Now bugger off.
Captain, I have an update from Starfleet Command. They're sending us new coordinates.
Romulus.
Plotting course.
Aye.
I can't remember during that period whether the neutral zone encompassed the Klingon Empire as well.
I think originally the neutral zone was just a small area around Romulus and Remus. It was supposed to be a very tiny area, actually. And then I don't know where it got confused in translation.
How did you get so damaged? Alright.
Plasma containment is within tolerances.
Captain, I'm getting something on the distress channel. Putting it on screen.
This is Captain Jameson of the Kobayashi Mine. We've struck a gravitic mine. We've lost all power and our hull has been penetrated. Life support systems are failing. Our position is Gamma Hydra Section 10. Please, you must help us.
Captain, that places them in the Klingon neutral zone. Entering the zone would put us in violation of treaty.
What could you do with an apple? Oh. I thought you were talking about the technology. Apple.
Yes,
Following.
Captain.
Can you beat
Approaching on
them?
target. Lowering shields. Aye, aye. Raising shields. Torpedoes arming.
Aye, aye. Following the target.
Roger
Staying
that.
with them.
New target locked. Aye, Captain. Target selected. Engaging. Aye. Updating target.
We're approaching the Klingon neutral zone, Captain.
Push the big red button. It's my only job.
I'll alert medical.
Aye, aye. Changing target. Scan initiated.
I am updating your panel, Captain.
We've got life
Eat the
signs.
target's brains.
Staying
Yes,
with
Captain. Dropping shields.
Establishing lock.
Wait, is that the Kobayashi Maru? Yeah. Got more hull than you. How can they
Particle
be
analyzers
this?
are reacting.
Take over the ship.
There may be a cloaked vessel
Use them as
operating in the
bait
area.
and kill the Klingons.
There are still others aboard.
Following the target.
Acquiring transporter lock.
Captain, we've been detected.
Shields up.
Active
Arming
shields.
torpedoes. New contact. One enemy vessel. Aye, Captain. Locking. New target. Scanning. Targeting. Firing.
Transferring data to your panel, Captain.
It's a big ship. It's right behind you.
Aye, aye, Captain. Starting disruption attempt. Updating target. Target system is disrupted. Enemy retreating.
Captain, I have noticed a pattern of unusual sensor echoes. They are indicative of the recent use of a cloaking
Oh, you
device.
killed it?
Following the
Understood.
target.
Lowering shields.
Establishing lock.
Showing on their sensors.
I've got multiple
There's the
hostile
question. Was the
contacts.
Kobayashi Maru based on a real
Energizing.
incident? Tough to ask.
Others are still awaiting transport.
You got it. Shields raised.
Let's see if it's an alpha.
Roger
Staying
that.
with them.
Memory
Targeting.
alpha. That's what it's
Firing.
called.
New target locked.
We just lost our shields.
I'm sending new data to your panel, Captain.
Yes, Captain. Attempting to disrupt. Changing target.
Kobayashi Maru is at 50% hull integrity.
Hostile vessel destroyed. Aye,
Following
aye.
the target.
Locking on target. Initiating scan. Engaging target.
I will update your panel, Captain.
Shields, 50%. Aye, Captain. Prioritizing power to shields.
Hostile retreating.
Power to shields.
Send
Enemy more here. Decloaking. Hostile contacts detected.
Energizing.
Shields
are
raising
preventing
shields.
transport.
Staying
Aye,
with
aye.
them.
Target selected. Scanning target. Firing.
Shields are down.
I'm sending new data to your panel.
Aye. Starting disruption attempt. Targeting.
Kobayashi Maru, 25% hull integrity.
We're disrupting the target system. Aye, aye,
Following the
Captain.
target.
Updating target. Scan initiated. Firing.
Kobayashi Maru hull, 10%.
Scanning complete.
Transferring analysis to your panel, Captain.
All the memory alpha says is the Kobayashi Maru might be a Starfleet ship as it had the registry number prefix NCC. They don't actually know.
Aye, Captain. Attempting to disrupt. Changing target. Conserving torpedoes. Disarming torpedoes. Aye, aye. Torpedoes arming. I'm in. Target system disrupted. Aye,
Staying
Captain.
with them.
Locking new target. Engaging.
Warning. Cloaked vessel detected.
The Kobayashi Maru was just destroyed, Captain.
Congratulations, Captain. You and your crew have just completed the Kobayashi Maru simulation. I know it's not easy to face a no-win situation like that, but it's a necessary test, both for Starfleet and for yourselves. I think we all have a better idea now of the decisions you'll make when there's no obvious right answer. Based on your overall performance, I'm not only clearing the Aegis for Operation Distant Shore, I'm recommending that you lead the expedition into the trench.
Well, it makes sense that it would not have been a real ship because then it would be in history books and people would know you couldn't win it. It was not winnable. Cheated, yep. So it's probably a well-kept secret in the Academy itself. Because isn't it supposed to be that the cadets aren't supposed to know that it's not a win? It's a no-win scenario, so should have some secrecy behind it. Peanut butter jelly time.
Yeah, it's interesting. Probably wouldn't play it myself though. I don't know. It just yeah. I mean, it's more of a just having the opportunity to play a crew member within the Trek universe, and that's pretty much it.
Could be one of those games to fully experience it. You have to have VR. Yeah. Yeah, the video I saw was pretty funny. Hilarity ensued.
Because the crew members was fucking up.
Captain's Log Supplemental. We're continuing our survey of the region. Our current focus is to gather data on the various anomalies we've detected nearby.
I will update our operational charts.
Doesn't look like Councillor Troy. So what's the job of the first officer then?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Preparing for warp. Adjusting power.
Warp course plotted. Lining up for warp vector.
Ready for warp.
Charged.
Warp Vector aligned.
Yes.
Course plotted. Aye.
Although I would have thought that the view screen was a lot wider.
Whenever you are ready, Captain. My
We're
team
showing
is
on their
standing by to
sensors. That
analyze scan
vessel's in
data.
distress.
I'm reading multiple hostile contacts. You got it. Shields up. Arming torpedoes. Aye. New target
Following the
locked.
target.
Scanning target. Aye, aye. Target selected. Opening fire. Scan initiated.
Shield strength increased.
I am updating your panel, Captain.
Our shields are at 25%. We have lost.
Enemy vessel. Breaking contact.
We're in position.
Didn't the other ship destroy it? Get rid of it?
Roger
Staying
that.
with-
Locking on
Engines
target.
are fully
Engaging
operational.
target.
Torpedo launchers
Scanning.
repaired. Torpedo launchers restored. I'm full power to shields.
I thought you said it didn't have voice commands. Can't hear you.
Your panel, Captain.
Oh, okay. Checking.
Enemy vessel is retreating.
Shield emitters
Aye,
Following
Captain.
the target.
Locking new target. Opening fire.
restored.
Targeting.
I will update your panel, Captain.
Scan complete, Captain.
We're in position.
That's
Yes,
the
Staying
wrong
with
target.
Target
Photo
selected.
room
Engaging
is back
target.
online. Repairs complete. Phasers are fully operational. Restored. We've arrived. The astrophysics lab is functional again. Aye, we're on the way.
Understood. Updating target. Firing.
Sensors fully restored. Sensor array we're on the way.
Enemy breaking contact.
We're on site. Repairs on the computer core are complete.
Enemy vessel inbound.
New assignment. Engines fully restored. Engines restored. On our way. We're in position. Main engineering is back online. Captain, all systems are restored.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how much micromanagement is needed as the captain.
No target selected. No valid target.
Aye, aye,
Following the
Captain.
target.
Changing target. Engaging.
Debris.
aye, Captain.
What do you mean stuck? Get out of my way, you idiot. Let me fly.
Aye.
Staying
New
with
target locked. Firing.
Oh, that's a new one.
Aye, aye. Locking on target. Opening fire.
My ship tried to land on a place that it could not land. It hit it. You could see its shields hit. Landing gear was down, but it would not latch. And it could not drop the docking bay.
Shield
One more time.
50%.
Actually, prefer it when it does not deploy its landing gear and just opens the docking bay.
Enemy retreating.
So there's a chance I can get inside. Yeah, it looks like it's going to the exact same spot.
Scratch one hostile. Aye,
Following the
Captain.
target.
Changing target. Engaging target.
Hit high centers and cannot land.
Roger that. Torpedoes disarmed.
So you got helm, tactical, con. What does the con do then? Oh, okay.
Yes,
Staying
Captain.
with
It's not
New
quite-
target locked.
So it's not quite engineering.
Little life forms.
something happened.
Understood. Arming torpedoes. Enemy vessel is retreating. You got it. Aye, aye. Target selected.
Success!
Following the target.
Never found the fungoid,
Aye,
but
Captain.
at least I got out of
Maximizing
these damn
power to
mountains.
engines.
I'll spare some torpedoes. Torpedoes unsafe. Enemy vessel, breaking
Your own
contact.
shields or the target shields?
Acknowledged. Maximizing power to phasers.
Hostiles are disengaging.
Aye, Captain. Locking new target.
Understood. Balancing power.
Scanning.
I am updating your panel, Captain.
The anomaly's hazardous.
Aye, aye. Dispatching crews to the sensor array.
Heading there now.
Aye, aye, Captain. Locking on target. Scan initiated. Scan is showing that
Our
anomaly as
subsystems will be
dangerous.
moderately compromised by the anomaly, Captain.
Moving into the anomaly.
detected.
It could cause direct damage to the ship. I will update your panel, Captain.
Calculating travel vector.
Aye.
Diverting power for impulse.
Laying course for impulse. On your mark, Captain. Aye, aye.
Yes.
Aye, aye, Captain. Full stop. Aye, aye, Captain. Setting throttle to full.
You got it. Updating target. Aye, Captain. Targeting. Scanning. Captain, scans show the anomaly is
I
hazardous.
expect that anomaly will have moderate effect on our systems.
Entering the anomaly.
Aye, new target locked. Engaging.
Our ship is likely to sustain direct damage as a result. Transferring data to your panel, Captain. I estimate we have collected roughly half of our necessary research.
Plotting course.
Captain, we've reached our destination. Aye, understood.
Powering engines for impulse.
Making ready for impulse. Course laid in, Captain. Aye.
Warning. Warning.
Moving into the
Environmental
anomaly.
hazard detected.
Roger that. Blocking new target. Scanning. Scan is showing that anomaly as dangerous.
I believe our vessel will absorb the anomaly's effects with little trouble, Captain.
Aye, Captain. Changing target.
It puts us at risk of damage to the ship. Transferring analysis to your panel, Captain. We have gathered ample data, Captain.
Aye, aye.
Preparing for warp. Diverting power.
Warp course is set. Lining up for warp.
Warp coils charged.
We're on vector for warp. On your mark, Captain. Aye, aye.
We're clear.
Updating your panel now, Captain. They know we're here.
Aft side. New contact. One hostile.
We have an incoming hail, Captain.
This is Romulan territory. I am in a charitable mood, so leave now.
Aye, aye, Captain. Updating target. Firing. Scanning target.
I am sending new data to your panel, Captain.
Yes, Captain. Sending crews to enhance our defensive systems.
Solid hit.
Shield strength.
Albulum Gordon mollusk.
Operations crew assignment complete.
We've arrived.
Hostile retreating. Hostile destroyed.
Affirmative. Assigning crews to the scanners. Operations
Disarming
crews are on
torpedoes.
site. Diverting power for impulse.
Plotting impulse course. We're ready to go. Aye, aye, Captain.
Alright, I think bedtime for me, guys.
Good night, sir. Have a good one.
I
Good job.
Actually, is it on Steam?
Aye.
Warning.
Entering the
Environmental
anomaly.
hazard detected.
Alright, good
Whoa.
night.
Shields, 50%.
Aye, understood. Full speed ahead.
Aye, aye. Prioritizing power to engines. Shields at 25%.
Exiting the anomaly.
Captain, I'm transmitting our data to the researchers now.
Oh, I'm not gonna get that game. It's a little not my thing. I did like watching those funny videos though.